Hey guys, thanks for joining. I'm just trying out something new where I actually just work, we can work together. You can send me chats, and if, I'm not in the middle of like a, very specific task, then I'll go ahead and answer them. Any questions or anything you might have? Yo, what's up, what's up? So thanks for joining. I was thinking about just trying these out. They seem to be pretty popular. People seem to like them, and, I need to work anyways, and I prefer to have company if I can have it. Probably one of the worst parts about this whole remote work thing for me is that I just don't have any company half the time. All right, what are you working on today? Okay, so I actually have a couple of tasks to do. So I can't show you all my computer because it's a lot of company stuff. One day I will do a work with me where I can show my computer, but I can't do that today. So I need to do company work right now, and then I have a client meeting in about an hour where I need to go to, or actually no, sorry, no, not a client meeting. I have a meeting with another YouTuber where we're going to see if we might be able to do a collab together. I'll keep that. I'll keep that a secret for now. Yo, what's up, Daniel? Welcome, welcome. Behavioral questions and answers. Awesome. I'm actually really excited because I'm looking to make some behavioral question and answer videos sometime soon. Only because I think that I focus a lot on the technical stuff, but the soft skills need to be are very important too. Let me see if I can get there we go. What's up, Sharnjeet? Sharnjeet. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, I can call you Mr. Singh. So right now, what I'm working on, for those of you that don't know, I work for a major North American retailer, and what we are doing now is we are basically, there's this process that needs to be done every single month, and it's a bunch of Excel files and stuff, and I need to have them cleaned up. So I have this Python script that cleans everything up. So I just had to make sure that I get that done before I head out. Just started going through the automated ML pipelines using TensorFlow, extend. TensorFlow, I think it's pretty relevant. See, the problem is it really depends on the company, right? Some companies will use it, some companies won't. But the good thing is if your company's large enough, then there will be someone using it, or you could always implement it yourself. So I'd say TensorFlow is good to learn, but how relevant it is really just depends on the company you work for. A lot of stuff just depends on the company you work for. Some companies will use it, some companies won't. All right, let me see if I put that over there. I'm thinking I might do maybe I'll do a more planned out one tomorrow, where I'm outside. There's this guy, his name is Abo, A-B-O-H, I think. It's this Chinese dude who lives in Japan, and he does these really aesthetic work with me sessions, and I'm like, oh shoot, I'd like to do one of those. So I might work a little bit more to get one of those out sometime soon. All right, so let us run these Python scripts. So it was actually the funniest thing today. Maybe I'll have my phone open, that way I can see the chats more easily. Okay, there we go. Yeah, now I can see y'all's chats a little bit more easily. Oh, also, as a heads up, I started a TikTok recently because TikTok, it sounds like another way to that would be great to show people some of the stuff that we're doing over here. So on TikTok, what I do is I actually post a lot of my those interview questions. They don't perform too well on YouTube, the really short 1-minute explanations I give. So I'm putting them on TikTok now. If you guys want to go follow that out, I follow that. Thanks, Mavin. So does everyone want? Oh, hey, what's up, Junaid? I didn't see you there. Does everyone want to say where they're from? I'm in Denver, Colorado right now. If you're comfortable, let me know where you're from, because I see a lot of my audience comes from just all over the world. So it's always good to see what people are up to or where people are from. Where is that Python script? Dominican Republic, nice. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, nice. Brecken, okay, we went to Moab this past weekend and passed by Breckenridge. Absolutely beautiful. Great to see you, Bradley. California, awesome. Would love to go to California one day. Bahamas, wow. Okay. Fresh Prince, Bahamas, nice. Okay, my meeting's at 6. Okay, so I have to leave at 6 my time, which is in 30 minutes, just as a heads up for you guys, because that's when I have my meeting with the other YouTuber. Cool. Good to see that we have people from all over the world. It's one of the great things about this profession. Like anything like analytics or like software related, you can do it anywhere in the world, and especially because code is all written in English. The like English works as a common language for a lot of people all over the world that work in any of these types of industries. So it's always great for helping people communicate. For BA, very nervous. Any tips? Well, I would say I don't know how you prepared for it. I remember that I went into some of my interviews more confident than I should have been, and not preparing was definitely a reason I didn't do particularly well. So I think if I were you, or what I've done actually, is that I have a Notion page with every single major question that people will ask, like give me tell me about yourself, X, Y, Z, like all these really basic questions. I have that written out, and I have like bullet points for them, and I kind of just make sure I go through each of those bullet points. So. But the great thing about that is that there's always more jobs in the sea. So, for the current job I'm at right now, I had to apply I think I had 96 applications, something like that. And it was between this company and another company. So I had 96 applications, only 2 really went to the offer stage. I will say though, I got a couple because I passed on a couple because they were a little bit more junior than I felt like I deserved to be at. But it is a numbers game, or it can be. Okay, where is Visual Studio Code? All right. Yeah. I mean, not everyone is like that, and that's part of the reason I started this YouTube channel, actually. I don't want to keep doing that. Whatever I end up doing next, I don't want to apply to 97 different jobs. And so this YouTube channel is kind of like my way of also showing recruiters, hey, I actually know what I'm talking about, and I have more skills than the years of experience I have would recommend. So, IBM Cognos, that's what we're using for querying our customer data. I actually don't. Let me go do a quick search on that. IBM Cognos. Interesting. Okay. So it kind of looks like the stuff that Azure and AWS have. Pretty cool. I don't know anything about it. I've never used IBM anything except for I think we were using an AS400 at my old company, but outside of that, I've never used an IBM piece of software. And that's kind of where I try and focus on stuff like Power BI, Tableau, these things that are a little bit more cross or easy to implement to different companies, because you don't have to have a massive implementation to have Tableau or Power BI, and more people will be used to it. But IBM Cognos sounds super cool. I need to do more videos on cloud stuff on my channel, that's for sure. Cloud is cloud stuff isn't necessarily super intuitive, at least in my experience. It took me a while to figure out how to get to do stuff on AWS and everything, but it's super useful. If you can say you can deploy stuff on the cloud, that's that's an entire skill right there. Oh, nice. So we're having a remote lunch with our team tomorrow, and they're sending us Uber Eats gift card. Oh, Uber Eats, nice, cool. Yeah, they're sending us Uber Eats gift card so we can order lunch in. It's company has some great perks. Who do you think will have a better scope in the future, Tableau or Power BI? So if you're wondering as in which one should you learn, I think just learn both of them. They're both pretty simple. But if I had to say, probably Power BI. So someone I know works. Their job is basically to negotiate all these contracts that your IT department signs to get software. Because whenever you buy Office 365 or Tableau or something, your company has to do agree to a bunch of stuff. In using the software, and Microsoft just kind of has everyone I should be a bit more appropriate, but they really have a vice grip on everyone, and Power BI is significantly cheaper than Tableau. But Tableau got bought out by Salesforce, so we'll see what Salesforce does with them. But I would say probably Power BI in the future, even though I'm definitely a Tableau guy. Yeah, you'll pick it up really quickly. It's these tools are meant to be easy to use. So I have every faith that you'll pick it up pretty quickly. I actually had a client that asked for some Power BI work, and I didn't know it at all, but I just told them I knew how to do Power BI, and then learned on the job. Because like I'm pretty confident I can pick up tools like that. All right, where are you? I need to connect to. Go to server. We have these like old Windows servers that I have to like connect to every single time I disconnect from it. Okay, there we go. Of course, of course. What's everyone working on right now? If you are working with me, what are you working on? And I'm probably gonna try one of these streams tomorrow or something where I'm like, I'll do like the Pomodoro technique where like I'll work and not respond to anyone for like 25 minutes, and then at like during the breaks I'll like respond to everyone. So I'll see if I can like get one of those things up and running. Okay, df subset is not defined. What did I do? Where did I define df subset? Is in region list, okay. Yeah, df is not defined, damn it, okay. Developing a website for a company, awesome, awesome. Welcome, Daniel. So Daniel, if you don't mind letting us know where are you from? Where are you talking to us from right now? We have Danelle, who's from the Dominican Republic, and then we have some people from Pittsburgh, California. And I'm working on DB key is not God damn it. Okay, so what happens is we have this process that needs to be run once a month, and after I run it, so basically like it does all these like manipulations on a bunch of Excel files, and then after I run it, I need to delete all the Excel files. I usually wait like a day or two before I delete the Excel files just to make sure I don't delete any source data before everyone's like okay with what we have. Cool, cool. California is awesome. I'm actually going to be visiting Los Angeles within the next month or so. I don't know if you're in that area. Nice, Sahil. We're in India. It's a pretty big country. London, awesome. Tremendous city. Okay, cool. I think that worked. NorCal. Yeah, California's quite huge, yeah. Yeah, so I'll be in LA, I think, in like a month or so, and then Jammu. Okay, interesting. I personally have never met anyone from there, so nice to meet you. So my family is actually from Chennai, so like the exact opposite end of the country. For those of you that don't know, Jammu's like in the far north, and Chennai's in the far south. Let's see, June, May. Why did it not delete the May list? Vivek C. Raman, I'm working on Siamese neural network and few shot learning. I need to look up that. I need to look that up. I actually, I definitely don't. I have no idea what you're talking about. But it sounds super cool, and I definitely want to look that up. Cool, cool. Yeah, yeah. My entire family's from Chennai. Working from home right now, nice, nice. As are we all. Does anyone want to go back to the office? I know, like, I'm on TikTok a lot, and everyone's saying like, oh no, like everyone on TikTok says, no, I want to stay I want to stay at home. I'm like, ah, man, I want to go back into the office personally. Yo, what's up, Harris? Thanks for joining. Equals equals. I like that. I like that. That's fair. That's fair. It's just me then that wants to go back to the office. I can 100% understand it. Okay, regions, df subset, region folder, .unique, .toList, loop through regions. Okay, I probably have the wrong file name then. Yeah, it is very comfortable being at home. I think so. I actually just moved out of my parents' house like a month or two ago. So I was yeah, go ahead. Nameka, okay, and let me know if I'm pronouncing that somewhat correctly. I may answer a little bit slowly because I actually am working right now. But I was like, you know what? Let me just hop online and see what everyone's up to. Yeah, I think that's correct, Sahil. We shall have the flexibility to work from wherever we want to. Actually, wait a second. Oh, okay, cool. Good morning, customer list capital 600. Okay, that's the problem. Yeah, of course, Vivek. Kerala, awesome, dude. So my cousin actually went to college in Kerala, and it said food there was absolutely amazing. I've been wanting to go for a while, but every time I go to India, we just go to Chennai. Um, Although last time I went, I did go to Delhi, Bombay, and Calcutta. Okay, did you delete this time? Cool. Only one didn't delete. May CNC, okay. And that was store 637. My one of my best friends from college actually went to Germany. Absolutely loves it there. How much statistics do you need to know for basic data analysis? I would say almost none. Obviously, look, I'm always going to say more knowledge will never hurt you, but I'm only just learning statistics myself, like to like a decent degree, because I'm working on a machine learning platform at our company, and there's some like in order to get a more explainable AI, or well, let me back it up for a second. We're trying to like create a system that like when you ask it certain business questions, the results are like very explainable. And so I have to like learn some statistics for that. But I would say if you're just starting, don't worry too much about it. Learn some basic probability because someone may ask you that in an interview. But yeah, outside of that, you should be fine. Nerve. Hey man, my first time in a stream. Nice to catch you live. Really appreciate your work. Oh, thanks, man. No, that's yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. Yeah, every once in a while I get comments from people saying it's like, oh, this is like super easy and everything, and I mean, that's not unfair. But data cleaning is like the basis of any good data analysis. Like the cleaner your data, the easier your analysis will be, and at least in my experience, is where like a bulk of my time goes into. It's just getting data ready. And I feel like a lot of people talk about like machine learning and all like like the more sexy aspects of like analytics and data science. So that's where I wanted to cover, you know, at least in my experience, what the real work is. It's a lot of data cleaning, a lot of cleansing. So no, it's awesome. Like support from you guys is exactly what I need to keep keep this going. Oh, and in case anyone didn't hear earlier, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've been using YouTube Shorts now, which is basically YouTube's copy of TikTok, and they are import CNC data. Yeah, and the YouTube Shorts. So like, what happens is I'll like find an interview question for data analysts, which some of them I argue are not good interview questions, and then I will answer the question in 60 seconds and explain my answer. The problem. Oh, one second. So we have a rabbit, and she just knocked over her toy, so I had to make sure she was okay. So what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, let's go back to okay. So how do you tackle descriptive data analysis? That's a good question. You know, I'll make a video on that. I think it's a difficult question to answer on camera, or like to answer without like thinking about it. So let me make a video on that and get back to you. I think I wouldn't do you justice by trying to answer it right now without really thinking about my answer. I'm an analyst. They all come all sorts of. Oh yeah. I think only some people are lucky enough to receive their data in incredibly clean formats. Okay, what's the next one? So, Nameka, that wasn't me ignoring your question. More just I would rather not give you an answer than give you like what I feel is like a kind of a half-ass answer, or like, or let me rephrase it. I would rather like think about my answer and get back to you than give like a answer that doesn't really tell you anything. Ah, cool. No plans at the moment. Last time I was there was for a friend's wedding. Just followed on LinkedIn. You're doing a great job. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So if I don't respond to you on LinkedIn, that like don't. It's nothing about you or anything. I'll be 100% honest. I get so many requests on LinkedIn after I started my YouTube that it is difficult to. Well, it's difficult to like do that because it takes me about an hour to get through all my LinkedIn messages, and that hour could be spent making a video, or something that I think could help more people. So I will try and respond to LinkedIn messages, but I am sorry, I can't offer any guarantees. But yeah, feel free to send me a request on LinkedIn. I think Twitter would, or yeah. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't have a messaging platform. If YouTube had a messaging platform, I would just redirect everyone there, which would be very useful. But oh well. All right, so. When to use SQL versus not tend to lean on pandas for string manipulation, but lean on SQL when joining data frames. Yeah. No, I think I think that would be really cool. Okay. So like, I got another suggestion today actually from another subscriber, and they basically said, "Can you do like an end-to-end project?" And I'm like, you know what? Maybe that actually is something people would want to see. So yeah, I think in that end-to-end project, I could like totally do what you're talking about. Alteryx is awesome. So Alteryx is actually where I started my data analyst journey. So I graduated with software. I didn't know anything about analysis, nothing. And Alteryx provided me with a very easy way to enter the analytics space. I'd say the only problem is it's $6,000 US dollars per license per year per user, which can be a little bit expensive, but it is a great ETL tool. I would also say another problem is in my anecdotal experience when I was applying for all those jobs earlier, before I came to this company, Ford was the only company I saw that actually used Alteryx. So that's the only problem I see with it. I'm not aware of it being heavily adopted, but it is a great tool. It's a tremendous tool. Yeah. Let me think of that thing. Let me think of that like what an intent project could actually look like. I'm actually trying not to get distracted. So, oh, sorry. Yes, this is what I was saying earlier. So I try and do like one interview question a day, like a technical interview question, but I'm also going to be doing some behavioral questions too. And I do that on my TikTok because TikTok, I'm getting much better results doing it over there. And I feel weird posting like 15-second videos or 60-second videos on my YouTube. So I'm thinking about shifting all of that from YouTube to TikTok. So I'm going to be creating all my, like long, like really proper videos on YouTube. But if you want to follow me on TikTok, that's where I'm going to be posting a lot of these like interview videos where I like go over like questions and stuff like that. And let me just put in my TikTok username over here. And definitely sorry to split everyone's attention in multiple ways, but TikTok's just like a tremendous platform for what I'm trying to do here. Okay. Hi, Mom. I am just, what do you call it? TikTok is banned in India. Wait, but does that mean you actually can't access it? Because like stuff is like banned all in like a bunch of countries, but like does that actually mean that it's you can't access it in India? Yeah, hi mom. Yeah, so I am doing I'm kind of just working right now, and I'm like just showing people like talking to them while I'm working. It's a really popular trend on YouTube right now, so I'm trying it out to see what happens. Do you do web scraping? Actually, yes, I do. I have a video on my Instagram web scraping. It's on my channel. So yeah, I do web scraping. Not in my main job. Web scraping is almost entirely for my clients because I'm not aware of a company or I haven't been in a corporate situation where I needed to do web scraping except for like one very limited case. So it's almost always for clients. Very important data question. Are the Denver Nuggets winning tonight against? Ooh, that's a good one, man. Oh, I don't know. Oh, thank you, Mom. Bye. And I'll be sure to call you tonight, too. Yeah, thanks, Nerve. MND, welcome, welcome, welcome. And Mabon, so Alteryx, spelled Alter YX, is a ETL tool. Yeah, so it's an ETL tool, basically meaning that it's for extracting, transforming, and loading. And it does a lot more than that, too. It's just most well-known for ETLing data. Hyote. Ever since I started my data science program recently, thank you. I'm using Python to clean our data for our project. Oh, man, okay. Well, if you have a question, I might be able to answer it, but yeah, I find that like, yeah, it's probably pretty obvious, but like Stack Overflow has always been my friend. I copy and paste code from there all the time. Speaking of which, it looks like we have a couple of new people that joined the chat. I've been asking everyone where they're from. So I'm actually in Denver, Colorado right now. I'm from Dallas, Texas, but I'm kind of just traveling the country at the moment. So anyone that just joined, yeah, let us know where you're from, where you're messaging in from. Man, Harris, you're trying to trigger me. Okay, so current path, region, store. How far can you go using only? So that's a little bit of an interesting question, and I should always specify that whenever I talk about the American perspective because I've only worked in the U.S. I mean, you could easily make, and I guess if the question is how far can you go, let me just go with like the money aspect of it because that's simple and measurable. I mean, you can easily be making, or easily maybe it's a strong word, but like you could be making six figures with just those skills. I've seen people do it. I know people personally who do it. And and so that like that's like one way of like looking at it. And then what you could do is after you do that, you could go from an individual contributor role to a manager role. So a lot of managers don't actually know how to do the tasks that their subordinates do, which is totally fine. The manager doesn't have to know everything. But if you go into people management, then you could just keep climbing the corporate ladder without actually learning any more than just that. Nice, Ontario, MTL Canada. What is that? What does MTL Canada mean? I'm trying to remember my provinces. App Store, get connected. Okay, so store, App Store, get connected. Montreal. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, yeah, nice. Yeah, so I mean, I'm guessing my advice would apply to Canadians too. But I can't be 100% sure about that. Baltimore, cool. Great to see the diversity here. See. So I'm actually a big time traveler. Obviously prior to the pandemic, and my whole thing was travel to 2 new countries every year. And in February of last year, I was lucky enough to be able to go to Romania and Hungary. So I was able to like stick with my goal in 2020, but not in 2021 yet. So I'm hoping that stuff turns up before 2021 is up, so I can stick with my goal. Okay. Okay. So right now I'm running a couple of scripts through our shared drive to manipulate, move, and delete files. Croatia. Oh, cool. I've heard great things about Croatia as far as like natural beauty is concerned. Oh, it sounds like a really cool place to go. I think there's a lot of like or at least from a very American perspective, a lot of like very undiscovered parts of Eastern Europe that are just amazing. I remember when I was in Romania, weirdly people kept asking me like why I was there, like why would you like tour Romania? And it's a super cool country. Definitely not like a major tourist destination for Americans, but yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it. I liked it. So I'm wondering if Croatia is anything like that. I've seen pictures of it. It seems beautiful. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay. Cool. 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 I loved Game of Thrones until the last season. I'm so mad. I'm still so mad about the last season. Such a great show. Okay. Cool. Looks like we got rid of those files. Yeah, man, it's amazing. That being said, so I'm a huge Harry Potter guy. It makes me appreciate Harry Potter so much more because it shows you how easy it is to ruin a beloved property. And it's amazing that like at least in my opinion, Harry Potter they just came out with like eight banger movies, like one after another, and they made the right choice to split the last movie into two parts. I personally would have liked if they split the last four movies into two parts, but I mean, I could see how that could get a little bit tedious. Malaysia, awesome. Malaysia's super cool. I've gone to KL, nowhere else in Malaysia, but yeah, it was amazing, amazing place. I definitely think the coolest place I've ever gone to is Japan, but I think part of that was also because I went before I was employed. So I kind of just like went there like after I finished college, but before I was employed, and the people, the food, the sites, how clean everything was. Um, the infrastructure really, really impressed me, especially like coming from the U.S. where our like roads are just crap. We're a car country with crap roads. How do you go about learning APIs? With my current job, I have to manually ETL stuff using Excels because I don't know how to use APIs. All right. Okay. So like, yeah. Let me get to what each of y'all are saying. So JM Mercado. How do you go on? I guess I just go with the. Okay. There's two things over here. Learn the requests library from Python. So just go to Python, like search up requests, and then after you know that, then I usually just go and I like look at the documentation for the API. Because once you learn requests, a lot of APIs only have JavaScript access. I'm guessing just because JavaScript is such a common language, or like are only written natively in JavaScript, but they're also all written to where they should be able to take an HTML request, at least web-based APIs. So if you learn the requests library, then that's how I go through APIs. I don't know if I have a video on APIs. If I don't, I should make one. It's a good question. Okay, Zach Jackson. I recently stumbled upon your channel and really enjoy getting insights on what actual analytics work entails. I graduated in December with an IS degree. Awesome. IS is a great degree. Good stuff. Hoping to consult. Awesome. Yeah, no, and I love hearing that's like the best compliment you can give me. That this like you're like excited to see the real work because and no shade at anyone else, but most other channels I've seen like don't have like this is what you actually do on a daily basis type of stuff. So I'm trying to really put that knowledge out there. Really, I got the inspiration from my brother because he is an engineer and he remembers when he was in college he would ask people like what they did, and no one would be able to really like articulate what they did, or like very few people could be like, oh yes, I do this, this, and this. And I'm like, oh, you know what? That's actually that's something I should like look towards letting people know about. Oh, it looks like I have my call in 2 minutes, so I'm gonna log off in 2 minutes, guys. I have a call with a another YouTuber where we might be working on a where we might be working on a collab. Yeah, basically only show what they yeah. I would say that's an advantage that I don't work in Fang. The company I work for is amazing, but it's not a Fang company. Like they don't shower us with money and free food. Although we are getting a free meal tomorrow. So I wouldn't even be able to. The fact that I can't do a video like that, I was kind of like, okay, well, I guess the only thing I can do is show my actual work. So yeah, blessing in disguise, I guess. All right, what do we got? I need to look up this person. All right, guys, I'm going to have to log off soon. So part of the reason I asked everyone for the location is just so I know what time to live stream, because we got a lot of people from India too. Specifically, there's a ton of people from India, so like it can be a little bit difficult to find a time that works well for like India and the U.S. at the same time. So it's good to see that we also have like a lot of like U.S. people because I'm trying to find like what time works for everyone and works for me because I also don't want to be up at like 3 a.m. working. Philippines, awesome, cool stuff, cool stuff. I want to go to the Philippines. Sounds like an awesome country. Are you from Manila or somewhere else in the Philippines? Southern U.S. Awesome, awesome. I went to college in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm from Dallas, Texas, so fairly familiar with the South. Toronto, awesome. Manila, awesome, awesome. Definitely one of the cool parts about this YouTube channel is that when I eventually, probably grow to like a bigger size, I'll be able to like just say, I can hear the twang, yeah. So it's actually a little bit funny. I actually used to have a very neutral American accent, and I actually added the twang because I was kind of like, well, I want to feel like I'm from the South, I've been here for like 20 years. So it used to be fake, now it's totally real. All right, guys. So, East Coast. All right, guys. So I gotta head out right now. I'll definitely keep doing this. This is actually a lot of fun. Probably next time what I'll do is I'll do like the Pomodoro technique where I like for 25 minutes I'll just work and then I'll take like a 7-minute break and like respond to everyone's messages and everything. That way I get actual work done. I got what I needed to get done, but 40 minutes for the task I needed to get done, definitely not effective. But it was great talking to you guys. I loved having you guys on. Thank you so much for the support you guys have been offering. And if you have any questions, concerns, leave them in the comments in the videos, leave them in the comments in this video. If you know anyone that needs like help with analytics, I really hope that my channel can, be helpful for them. If you want to see any video suggestions or anything, let them know. If you want to support my work, there's one of two things you can do. You can either, so Patreon is by far the most direct way to support me, but 100% I understand not everyone can or is willing to do that. That's totally cool. If not, one thing you can do actually is on my videos there's going to be advertisements. If you could just watch those advertisements, that's really helpful because every time you watch an ad I get a little bit of revenue from it. So even if you can't contribute to my Patreon, then watching the advertisements and not skipping them is a tremendous way to support me. But thank you guys so much for your support. Oh man, sorry about that, Blatt. I'll try and announce it next time before I do it, but I just kind of wanted to try it out and see what happened. But yeah, it's great seeing you guys, and I'll see you later.